Well, when I was really young, I always had racing on TV. There was always racing in our house. The racing was part of our lives. And I didn't really realize I could be a part of it until I was like 10 years old. And then I started to get into it, and we went to the go-kart track, and I sort of decided that this might be what I wanted to do. The first opportunity, to get to race in Indycar, is always really memorable, and to combine it with the Indianapolis 500 and to drive for AJ Foyt, it was a pretty much a dream scenario. The year 2013 was the craziest year of my career for sure. I almost raced everything across the world, and we've got so many great opportunities, and it was such a great year of experience, and it was an honor to compete under the AJ Foyt Racing name, and just a great place to start in general. To get on the map in IndyCar, we had a good race. We had our Indy 500 problems, as many people have experienced, but it was a great experience, and it was a great time, and that'll be unforgettable, because that's where the journey to become an IndyCar driver really started. It was really an eventful whole year. I mean, 2015 was out of control. I mean, it starts out by not knowing what I'm going to do at all. And whether or not, what am I looking at career-wise? What am I going to do? What can I do? Sports cars, etc. What's going on? And sure enough, we get the call at Long Beach, and got to race at Long Beach, which was an incredible dream come true there. And then our 500 deal was announced, and then that was a total disaster. So you go from high to low. And then obviously with James getting hurt, that was another just like, wow, what is going on this year? But in the end, he was okay, which we were all happy about, and that was another opportunity for me that year to fill in and to kind of do what I can do, and I thought it went really well. I was really proud of what we were able to accomplish in the number 5 car, and it was a lot of fun too. I mean, that really made me love IndyCar even more. I mean, racing on the road courses in the wet, in the dry, all the crazy weather that we had in Detroit and Toronto against some of the best guys in the world was really fun. And afterwards, I got to do my Detroit and Toronto, and the rest of the season went on, and it was hard to watch. But I just had to stay focused on what was going to happen next. I've just been counting down the days to 2016 season in St. Petersburg. It's just been, I mean, I don't really believe it's real until I'm rolling out for practice at St. Pete. We've already tested though, which is cool, and I've been to the shop many times in Chicago, and been chatting with the guys, hanging out with everyone, getting as prepared as possible, because that's, in the end, now that we have the job, the idea is to use it as better than anyone that you can think of. So now that we have this opportunity, I really want to maximize it, because you never know what's going to happen next, and I know that this is what I've got in front of me now, and I just can't wait to get it going. It's such an exciting thought. Feels like there's a big weight lifted off my shoulders, sort of, but now I'm just so focused on doing the best I can do with this opportunity, because they're so rare. There's 7 billion people in the world or whatever, and there's only 33 spots at the Indy 500 every year. So it's really, you're lucky to be a part of that group.